Will home building ever catch up to demand? My answer to that is technically no, because there always has to be slightly more demand than supply for new things to be built. But that gap is very narrow.
Yeah, that's a great question. It's a great question. I mean, so much of it has to do with availability of land, availability of developers to develop the land. National builders will always be building homes. They're always going to be developing and building homes, even through the crash of, 08, 09. The national builders still developed and still built, and they just carried their losses over, many years, which they have the ability to do that because they're so massive. But I don't know. I mean, it's, I think I agree with you, Evan. I don't know that it will catch up with the demand. I mean, we're seeing opportunity in new construction right now that we have not seen in many, many years. And from builders offering, huge rate buy downs and incentives and upgrades and price reductions. And, so if you're a home buyer right now, new construction can be a wonderful opportunity to get into a home, a lower interest rate, some additional upgrades. We're seeing some really fantastic opportunities in new construction.
New construction definitely requires some patience because of the whole process.
Yeah.
But it definitely seems like a really, really good market to be in right now.
It is. And, and we compare new construction to existing all the time, right? And so you're going to pay a little bit more for new construction right now. But if you look at the next 10 years, if you buy a home that's 15 or 20 years old compared to a brand new one, the cost to own those homes over the next 10 years is drastically different.
Yep. Meaning
the cost at the end of 10 years is going to be similar because you don't have any of those maintenance costs on the brand new home, and it's new.
Maybe this isn't true, but my feeling on the cost of home ownership is that it kind of comes in like 20 to 30 year cycles. Mm-hmm. So once a house hits that 25-year-old age, that's when, these are all the problems that have been creeping up that need to be taken care of. And then they're taken care of, and the house is fine then until it hits about age 50, 60.
Yeah.
And then there's new things that have crept up over time.
Yeah.
And it's like you see those cycles even in the houses that are over 100 years old in Minneapolis. Yeah. It's like a 25-ish year timeline where those things come up over and over again.
Yeah, and windows, roof, siding, mechanicals, that's all around that 25-year mark.
Foundation issues, grading issues, that kind of stuff where it's like you fix it and it's fine for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And then
furnace
the
filters.
Kids, yeah. You change your
furnace
furnace filter once
20,
every 20 years.
25-year-old furnace filter, you take that out, you put a new one in, you're good to go for another 25 years.
That's what we call the Overson way. It's one of those things where getting in on the ground floor, so to speak, you avoid that. Unless, not necessarily. If it's your forever home, if you're going to buy that place and have kids and send them off to college, around the time that they're in college is when you're going to start after thinking about those increasing upkeep costs.
Yes, absolutely.
So on the new construction side of things, there's a really good opportunity here over the next couple months to buy new construction. Mm-hmm. The reason why I say that is because you're going to see builders with inventory homes, right? Spec homes that they built. Maybe some people started a build or a custom build and ended up not finishing the home for some reason, canceling the purchase agreement for whatever, so you're going to see some inventory homes on the new construction side of things that are ready to close, right, in the next 60 days, right? Mm-hmm. So before the turn of the year here, and builders are going to do what we talked about earlier in the podcast here. They're going to throw money at you to buy your interest rate down, to make it more attractive, to make the payment more affordable. So, versus earlier this year, you're going to have more opportunities and better opportunities on the new construction side of things over the next 3 months here, 3-4 months than we've seen for a while.
Yeah. And that's going to shift in the spring, I believe. I believe those opportunities are not going to be here.
I agree.
I believe that interest rates are going to be lower, probably a lot lower in the spring than they are right now. And so there's an opportunity for buyers to buy new construction, especially from the national builders, with some pretty awesome incentives and discounts and upgrades. Most of those builders, they want to close by the end of the year. So keep that in mind. I mean, I can remember a number of years ago, I had a client, we were looking at homes in December. We went into a builder, I think it was like December 18th or December 19th. And the builder's like, we got this house. If you close by the end of the year, you can have this discount. And it was a massive discount.
It's like $100,000 off.
I mean, it was massive, when you calculated everything. And the buyer's like, sweet. So did the purchase agreement, closed 8 days later before the end of the year. And that was
Get her done.
so look for those, and folks, and make sure that you're working with a top professional real estate agent or team, and they have a pulse on the market.
Whoa, hang on here, Jason. If I'm buying new construction, I don't need a real estate agent.
Well, that is a misconception.
I know we hear that one a lot. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Remember, folks, the agents that are in the models, they represent the builder, and as a builder's representative, their job is to get the most amount of money for that home. You need representation as a buyer. Your agent will represent you and your interests, and so keep that in mind.
And to be clear, it doesn't actually cost you anything.
No, the sellers in Minnesota are paying the commissions, your buyer's broker commission. It makes no sense at all to not be represented as a buyer.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you walk into that new construction builder without representation, you're just robbing yourself of money.
Yep.